Okay, so apparently I wink a lot with my left eye, so I'm going to try not to wink too much, and now the mums and dads will be looking out for the wink and see actually how much I do wink. So do you remember my name? My name's Sandra, and we've had one cat, we've had one tortoise, and this time this is my dog Purdy, and she's been keeping me company a lot. She's trained to go into hospitals and to see poorly children when they're not very well. She's called a pat dog, and because I've not been very well, she's been looking after me a lot. So this is Purdy. I don't know if she'll stay, but we'll see. So it's that time of day, in the middle of the day, maybe just before you're going to have some lunch, and I wonder what you've been up to today. I wonder if you found any creatures when you were outside in the garden. Maybe you saw some with that were red with some black spots. Do you know what they're called? You do? They're called a ladybird, that's right. If not, maybe you can go out for a hunt and see what animals are beginning to wake up as spring is now here with us. So we're going to do what we say. We say when the big hand, tick tock, reaches to the top, and the little hand, tick tock, reaches to the top, it means it's 12:00, which means it's time to go home. So we're going to put our seatbelts on so we can be safe. We're going to check our flaps. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. We're going to check our fuel. Glug, 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 glug. And we're going to check our boosters. Vroom! Trucks away! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! What story have I got for you today? Any guesses? Okay, here it is. It's about a rat, and he's on a horse. Do you know the story? It's the Highway Rat. Let's go. The highway rat was a baddie. The highway rat was a beast. He took what he wanted and he ate what he took, and his life was one long feast. His teeth were sharp and yellow. His manners were rough and rude. And the highway rat went riding, 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 riding along the highway and stealing the travellers' food. Now that doesn't sound very nice, does it? Not the way to be. A rabbit came hopping along the road, then stopped with her pale paws in the air, for blocking her way was the highway rat, who cried, "Who goes there? Give me your pastries and puddings. Give me your chocolate eclair cake, for I am the rat of the highway, the highway, the highway. Yes, I am the rat of the highway, and whatever I want, I take." "I have no cakes," the rabbit replied. "I just have a bunch of clover." The highway rat gave a scornful look, but he ordered, "Hand it over. This clover is bound to be tasteless. This clover is dull as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and this clover belongs to me." Definitely not very nice. Look, the rabbit. Does she look very happy? No, she's very sad. A squirrel came bounding along the road, and then stopped with a shake and a shiver, for reining his horse was the highway rat, who thundered, "Stand and deliver! Give me your buns and your biscuits. Give me your chocolate eclairs. For I am the rat of the highway. The highway, the highway. Yes, I am the rat of the highway. And the rat thief never shares." "I have no buns," the squirrel replied. "I just have a sack of nuts." The robber snatched the sack and snarled, "I'll have no ifs or buts. These nuts are probably rotten. These nuts are as hard as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and these nuts belong to me." Some ants came crawling along the road and then stopped with a somersault. For baring his teeth was the highway rat, who bellowed a deafening "Halt! Give me your sweets and your lollies. Give me your toffees and chews. For I am the rat of the highway. The highway, the highway. Yes, I am the rat of the highway. And nobody dares to refuse. "We have no sweets," the ants replied. "We just have this nice green leaf." "Oh, no, you don't. Not anymore," declared the highway thief. "This leaf is nasty and bitter. Ugh, this leaf is as thin as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and this leaf belongs to me." With never a please or a thank you, the rat carried on his way. Flies from a spider, milk from a cat. He once stole his own horse's hay. The creatures who travelled the highway grew thinner and thinner and thinner, while the highway rat grew horribly fat from eating everyone's dinner. He really isn't a very nice rat. Who's this one? A duck came waddling down the road, then stopped with a "How do you do?" "I see you have nothing," the rat complained. "In that case, I'll have to eat you. I doubt if you're terribly juicy. Most likely you're as tough as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, the highway, the highway. Yes, I am the rat of the highway. And I fancy duck for my tea." "Hang on," quacked the duck, "for I have a sister with goodies you might prefer. I know that she'd love to meet you, and I'm certain that you'd like her. For in her cave, her deep, dark cave, right at the top of the hill, are biscuits and buns aplenty, and there you may eat your fill." "Lead on!" cried the rat, and they took to the road, which seemed it would never end. Onwards they rode, and upwards, bend after bend after bend. At last they came to a lonely cave, and the duck began to quack. She quacked. "Good evening, sister, sister, sister," and "Sister, sister, sister," a voice from the cave came back. "Do you have cakes and chocolates?" the highway robber cried. Chocolates! 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 The voice from the cave replied. I'm coming to take them, the rat thief yelled. His greedy eyes grew round. Take them, take them, take them, came back the welcome sound. The highway rat leapt off his horse and into the cave he strode. The duck took hold of the horse's reins and galloped down the road. Faster and faster, following all the bends, the plucky young duck went riding, 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 galloping down the highway, back to her hungry friends. Then they shared out the food from the saddlebags, and they feasted all night long. Bright were the flames of the bonfire, loud was the music and song. Wild was the moonlight dancing, merry the cheer and the chat, for now they could live in freedom, safe from the highway rat. They look very happy, don't they? We've got a little squirrel up here having a juicy nut, and you've got a badger playing some drums. What else have we got? Oh, even the ants have come along and they're doing some dancing. And you've got a squirrel and a mouse here dancing, and a fox and a rabbit. And as for the rat in the echoey cave, he shouted and wandered till he found his way out of the darkness on the other side of the hill. I wonder if you know what these ones are, what these creatures are. They sleep upside down and they use their wings as a little bed. Do you know what they're called? That's right, they're called bats. A thinner and greyer and meeker rat. He robs on the road no more, for he landed a job in a cake shop, yes, a cake shop. And they say he still works in the cake shop, sweeping the cake shop floor. There he is. Now, what have they got in their sacks here? We've got some, what you need to make a cake. Can you remember? We need some flour and some sugar. And this one says cocoa. Cocoa is another word for chocolate powder. And I wonder which delicious cake you might like to eat, or whether you would like what looks like the Gruffalo biscuit. That looks quite good fun. There we are. The end. Cheerio.